Welcome, you guys. Welcome to Planning Together, where every week I invite a friend on to share with us how they are organizing their life and their heart. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Darian, and y'all are in for a treat tonight. As you can see, I'm like beaming with joy because I cannot wait for you guys to meet the lovely Lady V.J. Vivian Jokatade Ade Nihi is the founder and CEO of Notiq.com, an impact-focused global lifestyle brand that celebrates and empowers the world's most ambitious women with exclusive, fashion-forward line of personal planners, organizers, animal-free leather goods designed to help women stand out, y'all, overcome, overwhelm, and succeed in a busy world. She was born in Lagos, Nigeria, and Vivian moved to the United States when she was 17 years old and graduated from the University of Houston system. Now listen to this, y'all. She graduated as a 3-time Red Rose Scholarship recipient for academic achievement, leadership ability, and potential for contributing to the future of Houston. She is now named Houston's top 20 rising stars and outstanding entrepreneurs for stellar leadership, international influence, and service within the African diaspora. Vivian is a trailblazer, creative entrepreneur with several successful startups under her belt. She often serves as a keynote, using her words and voice to inspire other multi-passionate, multi-gifted entrepreneurs, teaching how to choose and embrace your talent, rise above culture limitations, focus on impactful goals, and live out your potential. Her book, Fresh Start, the Step-by-Step Guide Journey to Rebuild and Renew Your Life, is an international bestseller, and her network podcasts and talk shows have over several audiences in 100 different countries, y'all. Y'all, light up those comments. Go ahead and do it. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, do whatever you got to do to help me welcome the lovely Lady V.J to Planning Together.
Hi, everybody. Hello. I'm so excited to be here. My cheeks are hurting. I'm like so excited.
I'm so excited that you are here. Thank you so much for joining me. I love reading people's bios. And when I got yours, I was like, I cannot wait to read this. I can't wait for people to hear, like, 3-time Rose recipient. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I can see like the room is just lit up with beautiful women. I'm so pumped. I was telling you, I'm often a behind the scenes kind of girl, but I'm glad that you found a way to get me out here today. So welcome everybody, and I'm just so glad to see everybody. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. How has your day been going?
Oh my gosh, today has been I'm still on it. Okay. I'm still on it. I think I've been to several different warehouses today. Just being that I'm a manufacturer, I do tend to move around quite a bit to get things together. And so today was just one of those days. So right after this meeting, I feel that my day will start. Will actually start after this meeting. I'll get a chance to sit on my computer and do some work.
Yes. Okay. I feel you on that. Well, I mean, everyone's already giving you a warm welcome with their hand claps and hellos and applause. And hi, Cynthia. It's so good to see you. And we have, look at all that Notiq behind you. I know. When she got it, I was like, oh, it's just beautiful. It's just such a beautiful sight to see.
Thank you. It is my office. So this is where I sit. And I wanted to take a different approach. You know, sometimes, particularly as women, we do so much and we get caught up with the next thing. And so I told the contractors that I wanted, every time I walked into my office, I wanted a reminder of how I have been blessed and how grace has brought me here. And I should never forget that I started from one till I got to this point. And I never want to forget. That's why my backdrop is the way it is. I never want to forget.
Oh, I love that so much. Well, to get us started, VJ, are you still there? You froze up a
I'm
little
here.
bit.
I'm here. So I may have to reconnect my camera real quick. Okay.
Go for it. Reconnect your camera. That's what we are here for. How are y'all doing, y'all, in the comments? Let me know. How's your day going? How's your week going so far? I hope it's going really well. Awesome. And we got VJ coming back.
Yes, and I'm coming back. Hold on. I think there's like options here. So give me just one moment. I'm gonna get it right.
You're all good.
Yeah.
This is the power of being live, y'all.
Yes. Can you imagine that? Imagine that. So I'm gonna switch cameras because it looks like one is out. So I was able to go to another one. So yes, so this is good.
Perfect. Perfect. You're a pro at this. Okay. So I want us, before we even dive down, the Notiq amazingness, I want to know a little bit about Lady VJ and
Okay.
her planner style and what she
Okay.
prefers. So we play this or that game a little bit.
Go.
And I want to know, are you a weekly or a daily?
I am both. I am both. Yes. And this is how I do mine. I plan out the week. And then when I have those heavy days that I cannot afford to drop the ball, I have to schedule out the days that,
Okay.
I have to use my dailies. So yes, both.
Okay. Now, when you use your weekly, are you a vertical or a horizontal kind of planner?
Oh, vertical. Vertical. Yes. Write it top to bottom. Yes. Follow step by step. Yes.
I love it. Okay. Now, do you prefer a lot of color or do you prefer a little bit of laid back neutral?
Oh, neutral. You will not find, but yeah, just black and white in my planner. I'm sorry. Nothing fun. My planner is not fun. I always admire people that have the time and everything to do. I just simple, just very simple black and white. I'm sorry.
No, we are all different kind of planner people here. It doesn't always need to be stickers and washi, pen and paper, right?
Yes.
So now when you plan, do you plan at your desk or do you like planning on the couch?
Both.
Both.
Yes, both.
Okay. Now, are you a one planner kind of lady or a multi planner kind of lady?
I am a planner and notebook.
I love it.
Yes, I have to have both, like planner, notebook. Yes, both.
Planner and notebook. Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Okay, now do you like black ink or blue ink when you're writing?
Black. Oh my gosh. No, black.
She's like, no blue over here.
No blue.
Okay, now this is one I'm really curious about, and this is going to be our last question for you tonight before we get into more questions. But do you prefer rings or discs?
Okay, so I used to be in love with rings, and then discs. So I'm currently with discs. I'm sorry.
You're with discs. You're using discs. Okay, we have heard from Lady V.J, y'all. I love it. Okay. Okay, so let's dive into a little bit about before we get into Notiq, I want to know a little bit, how did you get started with planning? Like, have you always been a planner or was this something that you had to like learn and teach yourself?
All right. I have been a planner girl since I was 6 years old. I went to school in Lagos, Nigeria, where I was born, and I had the blessing of attending a private school. And in the private school, we were asked to sit at the end of the day and write into our memo books. They called it memo books. And they're like 4 A6 size little books, blue books, ruled. And we would sit and our teacher would say, number 1, this is your task. We'll write all of our homework. This is from 6 years old. Okay. So I kept up with that. And then I would do journals and just writing. And my happiest moments are when I buy a new journal or a new notebook or a new pen from my favorite place, of course, to go when I want to celebrate. I was telling Planners and Wine, when I want to celebrate, I go to the Mont Blanc store to buy myself a really nice pen. just like creme de. I'm a pen snob. I judge you by your pen and your planner. If you show up next to me with a notebook and I'm looking at you.
Like, what are you using? Like, what is that?
What is
So, oh my goodness, okay, y'all in the comments right now, I want to know, what's the feeling? If you could put a word to the feeling of what it feels like when you get a new planner or a notebook or a pen, go ahead and drop that in the comments. I'm dying to know.
love? In love. Are you kidding? In love. Yes.
I know, I just feel like bliss, like just
Potential. Like I'm unstoppable with a new notebook. And the funny thing, even if we never get to using them immediately, just knowing we have them is spectacular.
yes, 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 yes. Okay, we got someone. Sarah says she feels like I love it. Bliss. Yes. Cynthia said it feels like you have your ish together for a minute.
Exactly. And you can take on anything. Absolutely.
A stationary hug. I love it. Yes, that's exactly all how I feel. So with that said, you are a little bit of a pen snob. So what pen do you like using when it comes to your planning? Like, do you have some favorite pens that you like using?
Yes, I do use the Notiq pen. And then I
Yes.
have my Star Walker by Mont Blanc. It's just, I think I bought this when I hit a milestone. This has been a dream of mine. I don't even know if they make this particular one. It's a rose gold. It's gorgeous. It's in my planner. I'm not kidding. I know. Envy. Thou shalt not envy. So,
I'm just over here like, this is like the pen. Like,
I know. This is the queen of all pens. So this is my favorite pen. I love this pen. I love this pen. So, and it's heavy, feels nice. And then I use the Notiq planner, the Notiq pen, and then I started using my Shop Filler Beautiful. Yo, Shop Filler, yes.
these pens are beautiful.
They are so beautiful. And so I love these. These are so great. I've used this to make all my quick notes. I love, 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 love this. So yeah, shout out to Shop Filler Beautiful. Shout out.
Oh, those pens are beautiful. I brought those pens to match my Notiq cover. Oh, what's your other one?
Oh my gosh. Uniball Air. Are you kidding? Yes.
I never tried that. Let me write that.
Oh my gosh. What are you thinking? I'm not kidding. I love this pen as much as I love this pen. I'm not kidding. I like my $9 pen as much as I like my $600 pen,
I love it. Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Shantae from Demuco says she interned at Mont Blanc in college.
I love her already. Can I keep her?
Listen, she's amazing. I love Shantae. She makes the most beautiful, like gorgeous, like little planner pouches and that, like, oh my gosh, yes. And she sews. She's amazing. Yes, y'all need to. If y'all don't know who Day Moon Co is, y'all, yeah, yes.
Okay, I love her already. I'm just gonna make a note. Yes.
Yes.
Everybody who worked for Mont Blanc is my friend. Yes.
I love that. Okay. So, what's your current planner setup? You said you were into discs a little bit. So, is that what you're using for both your planner and notebook system right now?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm using. Yes. And I have a whole stack. See, I have a business notebook. So this is my business notebook.
Ooh.
And yeah, got it. And I like the fact that I can make notes, take it out, put it right back in, and make some calculations. I do my pricing in this notebook. Can you believe it? My husband like, put it on a spreadsheet. I'm like, right after I'm done with my paper, thank you very much.
Yes. I just now started doing like my finances in the spreadsheet. It's still weird. I'm still kind of getting used to it. I'm just like, I need to write it, but he's like, I'm learning. We're compromising on that one.
Right.
Okay, so I gotta know. Let's start talking about Notiq because I have so many questions for you.
Okay.
My first question for you is, how did you even get started with Notiq? Like, was there just how'd you get started? What made you feel like what was missing that
Okay.
Notiq
Mhm.
needed? That Notiq was the
Right.
answer to what you seen that was missing.
Okay. I I have to tell you this story about my handbag. So, I know many women, not everybody, but many women, we dream of this special handbag that we want whenever we grow up.
Mhm.
And for me, it was I think my very first Chanel handbag, very very first one. And I'm not a have multiple colors of too many things. I will have multiple colors, but of specific things. And because I am environmentally conscious, I may have, for instance, I think I only have one Chanel handbag because that's it. I feel like that's really all I need. And that's just me personally.
Mhm.
And so I finally got one. I was so excited. And guess the next thing I had to look for? I was looking for a planner that matched the prestige of my Chanel handbag. And so I went online, I started looking, and again, everybody has their preference. Hats off and respect to Louis Vuitton. I think, they're doing a fantastic job with their brand and I respect them. I have no evils to say about them, but I'm also not a Louis Vuitton girl. I'm honestly not a Louis Vuitton girl. I have a lot of friends that love them. I'm not. I've really tried to. I
Mhm.
just never found myself in the brand. So I wanted something that would coordinate with the inside flap of my Chanel handbag. And I couldn't find anything. I absolutely couldn't find anything. Eventually, after digging, I found a brand new Cartier that is in the wine color that matches the inside flap of the Chanel and of the black Chanel handbag. I
Mhm.
was so over the moon. I think I found it. I couldn't even remember where I found it. It was brand new from the Real Real or something, or one of these websites that have things that are brand new, nobody ever used them. So I was so excited. I got it. Then I went on Amazon. I was looking for inserts. I went on Amazon to just find me some note fillers that I could put on the inside. All of this was just so that I could put it in my Chanel handbag, right? So I do that. And after the search, I'm like, why does it have to be so hard to find something that is elegant, that suits me, and besides Louis Vuitton, what if there were more
Mhm.
options? And so I started digging around. I came across the planner community, had no idea that there was a whole globe of people like me. Are you kidding?
Yes.
I'm like, really? So I did some digging, and then some brands didn't have inventory. And I just said, you know what? I think I could solve this problem. I was just like, what if I just designed my own, made it elegant, made it lovely, that you would feel so you walk into a room and you just put your platter on the table and people are like, who are you? Can you tell me who?
Yes.
So that's where Notiq was born from. Just I wanted to bring to the market, or I saw an opportunity to bring to the market a beautiful, elegant line that is accessible, that is attainable. People you don't necessarily have to spend too much to get it,
Mhm.
and then that is also true to the values that I care about, which is environment. I'm environmentally conscious, and then I wanted a line that just spoke to the kind of woman that I desire to be and the kind of influence I desire to have. And so that's where No Tea came from. And to be honest, I know it looks all glamorous right now, but I started with one planner with my Q on it and just
Mhm.
started where I was. And I just kept going. Yes, and I just kept going. Yes. I just kept going, and here we are today with so many and more to come. And yeah, that's really it. I will be honest, I didn't have any master plan. I didn't have some vision, no, some big vision. I just went where my heart was, and I allowed faith to lead and guide me. I remember many times I would pray and say, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to trust you. And every day I would show up at my business. And before I start to design or do things, I would pray. I'm not kidding. I would pray and I would say, Lord, please help me and give me the inspiration. And I'm a woman of faith, and I would just ask the Holy Spirit to help me. And I'm being honest. every time I sat down to design, I would receive that inspiration. And then when it was time for me to transition from the Q to the new iconic mark that I have now, it was by inspiration. And here we are today. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, y'all, I see. I love it. I love it. Literally, Cynthia says that's honestly how I felt after discovering Notiq. Sarah, yes, you have the same pink cover. Yes, and we have Debbie says that's how I felt with my Notiq Elegant. And so my question for you, VJ, is you said you designed it, you wanted them to feel some type of way. What is it like when you
Yes,
look at that Notiq girl in your head? Who is she
yes,
and how does she
yes.
feel?
Yes. So the Nautique woman is the everyday woman who has a lot of potential and she's got big dreams. She cares about how she presents herself. She cares about her aspirations and who she cares about her dreams and she cares about details. And she wants to change the world in her own little way, whether she's working from home or she's not working from home, whether she steps out of her home to go work. But she's that woman that just wants to make an impression, make an impact, touch somebody's life and do something and change up the game and go bold. We say go big or go home and just go
Mm-hmm.
big in her own way. And she's also very authentic. So hence the reason I have so many different styles and expressions now, because I want you to find something that just says, this is who I am, or this is who I dream of becoming. Notique is all about the woman you want to become, all about the woman you want to become. I believe that every woman has so much potential. And if we can just inspire her to keep reaching, she truly can become more than she can ask or imagine. Yep.
I, y'all, I know this story is amazing. Yes, Chrissy, this is speaking to me a whole new, yes, I know. Go big and authentic. Yes. Yeah, I love it. Yes. Yes to answered prayers. Yes. Mhm.
And she's not afraid to be different. She's not afraid to be different. I want to share that. I want to share that when I came into the community, I noticed that there's a lot of people are often inspired by other people. And that in itself is not bad, but it takes courage to be different. And I wanted to be different. And I learned that if I wanted to stand out, I had to take the path of being different. And
Mm.
so I saw this, it was kind of like the planner community or the people who produce planners are in this group, and then maybe the super high end brands are in this group. And there was nobody, I kind of observed nobody was really trying to just break the mold. And so I went to the Lord to ask for courage to break the mold. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be different. I want to be different. In fact, that was my prayer, to be different. I wanted to be different. And I'm so grateful that so many women caught on to my vision and they supported me. And that's all the women that are in this room today. And they supported me and it gave me courage. And sometimes we can start off not having courage, but then if we just take that first step, we might just walk into somebody that is taking the same step or somebody that believes in the step that we're trying to take. And that's really what it is. I'll be honest, we're a very small team. Notique is we're a tiny team. Like, I don't think we're more than this in my group. Like, that's it. But we've chosen to be a small, intimate family team that does big things, that does big things. And I'm so grateful. I haven't had to lay off anybody during the pandemic because I want my team to continue to work. And most of my team, besides my husband does his own thing, but my husband and my son are the only boys that I have in my team. So, all of my entire team is a group of women, and I just want them to feel empowered. I tell them, I want you to be greater than when you came to work with Notique. And I want you to be great. I want you to become your own woman. So all of them have their own Notique planners and they're so inspired. Even my production girls that are in their denim and their black t-shirt, they still have their planners. They still feel exquisite when they come into Notique and everything. So yeah.
Y'all, I don't know about you, but I am feeling just so encouraged and I love what Cynthia said. She was like, this is what happens when you are clear on your vision. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, Sadie, that's what stood out. I knew I had to take the path of being different. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And Sarah says, yes, with intention to detail. We are going to talk about that detail because that is on my question list here soon. Hi,
Okay.
Mom. I know. I told you she was going to be awesome. You guys, I always run my guests by my mom, and I'm like, Mom, this person's coming on, and she knew I was really excited about having you
Hi,
on.
Mom. Hi, Mom. Hugs, hugs to Mom, hugs to Mom, hugs to Mom.
Shonda said her only question now is, does she get the blush cover or the mauve color? I know, Shonda,
Team
that's a
Mom,
hard
Team
question.
Mom, Team Mom. I have my, let me see, where are my keys? Oh, okay. So I use my own products. So I create products
Of
that
course.
I use. This is like, look at that. This is tape measure, because I'm always measuring and designing. Facts. I got this from the teacher supply store when I went to buy books for my daughter. And, and then let's see. Yeah, I got my cards on the inside and my driver license on the back. And then my notebook. See?
Oh, just everything's, and I just love that it all coordinates. And I love when you said you were looking for a planner to match your bag. And I was like, oh, she gets me because I do that. Like I would buy a tote bag and I was like, I have to have something that matches this tote bag. Like I need something to coordinate with this, whatever color, what cover I was working with, I wanted it to match.
Yes.
And I'm like, I picked things based off of what I was like, oh yes. Like I totally resonated with that.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's talk about this attention to detail because if you all have ever ordered anything from Notiq, y'all, you will know that it is a whole experience. Not only do you get your cover, but you get literally, I can show you because you get it in a beautiful bag. It's like it's just wonderful. And then this is everyone's favorite thing. I always hear people, and I thought I was the only one obsessed with it, but you get this cute notepad. I'm like, I'm running out because I use this thing all the time. And my favorite is you get a note from V.J herself. She handwrites you a note, and y'all, when you are in the presence of royalty, you know how you got to speak a certain way. You got to like sit up a little bit straighter. You got to carry yourself a little bit way. Well, when you are talking with Lady V.J or receive any of her projects, it makes you do that because she refers to you as Lady.
Yeah.
Like Lady Shonda, Lady Deborah, Lady Brenda.
Yes.
And it's just, you do such a beautiful job of paying attention to the details.
Yeah.
And I want to know, how did you, what was your heart behind that?
Okay. So I mentioned, you want to know my real secret, like my real secret. Okay. So I've mentioned to you that I'm a woman of faith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I will be honest, I was reading the scriptures one day, and there's a story about the Lord Jesus from the Bible that talks about in her time, they labeled this woman the adulterous woman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me why. And everyone is still wondering where the guy went. There's no mention of the guy, But in this particular story, the Lord Jesus is sitting, and they bring this so-called adulterous woman to him, and they said to him, well, the law of Moses states this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to stone her to death. And what do you say we should do? And in the midst of the crowd, and this woman being shamed, she's actually being shamed, the Lord Jesus is quiet, and he pauses. He doesn't give them an immediate answer. And then he looks up and he says to them, he says, let he who hasn't sinned cast the first stone. And of course, everyone starts to look inwards because they know that they're not perfect. And after, one at a time, they start dropping their stones. And so he looks up to the woman and he says, woman, where are your accusers? And she looks around and she sees that everyone stepped back and everyone's starting to filter off. And so he tells her that he tells her to not to go and sin no more. Pretty much that he wasn't condemning her. All right. Now, keep in the story, it's very clear. Jesus isn't saying that it's
Mhm.
okay what you did. He's just saying, don't do this, and go and make go do something different. Go, let there be a change with your life. And let me tell you that this story became a defining moment for me, or for me in business. I watched how the Lord Jesus took care of one person in the midst of a crowd and the way he made her feel. And I said to myself that I want people to feel this way when they come in contact with me. I want them to feel seen. I want them to feel heard. I want them to live with hope. I want them to live inspired, because I thought of it. If I was that woman and Jesus said that to me, I literally will stay away from men. I may not even ever talk to men anymore, because I was so inspired by what and the way he treated her in that moment. And so that is the fundamental principle that I use and that we use in Notiq. Everyone should feel seen. Everyone should feel heard. Everyone in Notiq is special. Everyone deserves honor and respect. So long before Bridgerton, I was long before Bridgerton, okay? I launched Notiq before Bridgerton, thank God. Long before Bridgerton, I was sitting in my office one day and I was praying and I said, Lord, how can I be different in this place? Not keep in mind that when I started, I felt I've shared this before on Planners and Wine podcast. I felt very small, and I felt that everybody was already doing what I wanted to do, and so I said, God, how can I be different? And as I was sitting in my office working late, packing orders, I heard the voice, write out a note. Make everybody feel special. Let everybody know that they're important to you. Don't worry about the crowd. Just like Jesus, keep your eyes on the person in front of you. And so from my very first order until now, I dedicate the same attention to everybody is important to me. The note that I wrote this month for the month of March is that the very first line says, you are important to me. And that is the truth, because without you, I do not have a business. And that's the truth. I see every customer as a responsibility. God has given me a customer as a responsibility. And so if I disrespect you, the one who gave me the blessing of the business sees that I disrespected you. And so I just want every woman to feel as though I never want my customers to feel as though they're customers. I want them to feel that VJ is a friend. I've just gained a new friend. And even if you choose to not do business with me, I send you I've had some people that I sent a note thanking them for the opportunity to even try my product. And I apologize that it didn't work out, but I hope they will give me a try again. And that's okay. That's very okay as well. So that's what and at least for me, I don't see my customers as numbers. I don't do hard selling. I don't do any of that, because you deserve my respect. You deserve my love. You deserve my honor, and you deserve an opportunity for someone to treat you right. And I'm hoping that Notiq is that brand that treats you right.
Y'all, I have no words. I don't think, no, I have. There's been very few moments where I just have welled up with tears on play, and this is one of them. And whew.
And let me just say something. People are going through so much right now, women especially. We have so much to deal with every day. As a child, and even into my adulthood, one of the pains I've suffered is being overlooked. I've been overlooked several times. I would be the one that does the job and not get the credit. And I know there are many people like me in this room today. And so I took my pain and turned it into purpose and said, everywhere I go, I'm going to pay attention to people, so that if they've ever been overlooked, when they get to me, I will stop that chain of them being overlooked, because I know the pain of being overlooked. And it's that same pain that people have taken their lives because they've been overlooked so much. They felt people didn't give them attention. And so they felt the next thing was to take their lives. And I want somebody to know that they're seen. And no matter what it is that you're facing or whatever your past has been, that I've received so much grace. The salvation that I've come to gain in God through the Lord Jesus has opened my eyes to see that more people can experience the same thing. And so, frankly, I'll be honest, Notiq is not a business for me. Notiq is a way for me to reach people. And God has just given me my gifts and my talents to share with the world. But I just wanted another way to touch people's lives. And Notiq is that way. And if I sat in my office or in my bedroom, I would never be able to reach people. But I'm grateful that God has given me the gift of drawing, the gift of designing, and I can touch somebody's life. So if my package makes a woman feel as though there is hope for her future, I'll keep packing them. They're not easy. They're not easy to pack, but I'll keep packing them anyway. If coming up with handwritten notes every month to my customers makes them feel seen, I'll keep doing it. Whatever it takes to help somebody take the next step in their life and breathe again and live again, I want to do it. I'm so sorry.
Listen, I'm just like, oh, I knew I should have brought my tissues. Oh. But these comments are lighting up, VJ, because you are literally hitting so many hearts here. Yes, and I'm just, I know how can you not love VJ? And just, I love your heart, and you guys are, how do I respond to this? Just mic drop. Your passion is amazing, and oh my goodness, all the hearts and praise hands, y'all. I'm with you. I'm with y'all. I see you guys. What a wonderful gift that you are. One question that was sent to me, which is just so in line with what we're talking about, is that your faith, we see, is such a foundational part of your brand.
Yes.
So how does that impact? This is a question that also came from Jen McIntosh.
Okay.
She has said, how does that impact your product development and promotion?
Okay. So, and I think I touched on it a little bit, but I will start from the get-go. When I want to create a collection, so for instance, everything I'm bringing to market, we have planned out by the grace of God through the end of I know we're working on spring 2022 now. That's what we're working on. So what I do is first I pray. I pray because I believe that this is me again. I believe that God knows everything that is on the earth. He knows what isn't on the earth yet, meaning he knows what people haven't really taken advantage of or the ideas people haven't really built. And so I go to him for precision and I pray and I ask the Lord for wisdom and ideas. And I have a close relationship with the Holy Spirit. So I ask the Holy Spirit to help me. I ask for wisdom. I ask him for ideas, and so I then sit down and then I start to write and then I pay attention. When I'm in my shower. Water is very good for me. And when I'm in my shower, I actually do hear ideas. Or sometimes I would receive an inner vision, or sometimes it's through a dream, or I could just be in my office. And then most importantly, I listen. So when my customers ask, I pay attention, okay? Because I have the heart of service, right? That's, I apply biblical principles. So I have the heart of service. And if I do want to serve my customers, I have to pay attention to them and I have to listen to them. And so I take note of everything. And then when I'm designing, I bring in all of those elements into what have I heard, what have I seen, what has the customer said to me, and what am I going to do? And then I make a note of that. And then I also, in my sourcing of materials and factories and all of that, I have learned to extend love and compassion to my factories. And it's really helped me. And so when they send me photos of, for instance, in my factory, most of my production crew are women. Excited! I'm very excited because I want to keep empowering women wherever they may be. And so, I stay on top of I make sure that I don't negotiate my rates with my factory because I don't want the workers to end up not being paid. Does that make sense? I trust that I'm being treated fairly. And then when my products are done, when they do arrive, I give thanks for them. I pray over them. And I don't do a whole calendar of, day one, sell this, day two. I don't do that. I just treat my launch. I set a launch date, but then every day I would just post the way it comes to my heart. And that's it. I don't do hard selling. In fact, I don't like hard selling. And so I've learned to treat my customers the way I want to be treated. You know, those salespeople that stand over you when you go shopping, you're like, leave me alone. I just want to browse, So I don't do any of that. I don't do internet strategies and internet tactics because I believe that the women that I have been called to serve deserve my integrity and my trust. And if I've done a great job, they will reward me by trusting me with their dollars. And so that's it. It's from a place of leading, a place of compassion, a place of love, a place of inspiration and impact. And hey, and then lastly, the bottom part is when I do sell, I make sure that the money doesn't end with me. So I do have several different programs that I support across the globe. I look for people who are overlooked, starting with Nigeria, where I'm from, and we support people there. We've helped people move into better living conditions. We've bought a car for a young lady who has just really been struggling, a young lady, because she helps other women earn a living. She teaches other women how to earn a living in the rural areas and the villages in Nigeria. So we wanted to support her so she can get around, right? So there are many more things. I have another project in Kenya, and then I have a scholarship program coming up for women within the United States and all of that. So it doesn't end with me. It doesn't start with me and it doesn't end with me. I'm only a channel. So that's literally my process. It's never about me, but it's about the people. The more I can inspire audiences, the more people I can serve across the globe, and the more projects of impact that I can take on. So that's it.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Amazing. And y'all, at this time, like, what y'all need to do, get your questions ready, because get your questions all ready for VJ. I can't believe the time is already coming. We got about 15 minutes, so get your questions ready. But another question that came my way was, and I was like, that's so true, was, VJ, you do such a great job of maintaining a public brand, but guarding like your personal life at the same time.
Yes.
Why is that important to you?
Okay. There's a quote. Okay. Quotes really help me. Okay.
They help me too.
Yes, there's a quote. And this quote, and several of my quotes are from scriptures, because scripture is very powerful. And I am a product of the words of scripture. Okay. Several years ago, I came across this quote from an old translation of the New Living Translation of the Bible. It's an old version. It says, it's Ecclesiastes 7. It says, notice the way God does things and then fall in line with it. And for me, what that quote meant to me is, pay attention to the way things work in your life. That's the way God has set it up, and use it for your advantage, or fall in line with it, meaning don't try to fight it. Don't try to become something else. So for me, over the years, from my childhood, I noticed that whenever I was quiet and focused, I got some big results and then whenever I would get into the mix with noisemakers, it didn't work. So I've learned that, there's some of us that when we share our ideas, we never get to it. All of a sudden, we never get to it. And that's a sign that doesn't work for you. That's a sign that quiet works better for you. Keep your mouth sealed and stay focused, and then let people see the results. So for me, I believe that family relationships are sacred, and it's okay for the whole world to not know everything, because if the whole world knows everything, then what do you have to treasure? And so I've learned to organize my public life from my personal life. And that way I can still hold something, just treasure something. Yes. So that's my commitment to myself. No, telling it all doesn't work for me as a person. and I've learned to stick to it. And the more I
Mhm.
stick to it, the better of a person I become, and I'm able to impact the world some more. The moment I start chit chatting, cha cha cha, doesn't work.
Mhm.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. For anyone trying to do that and figure out them trying to assess that for their own that step back and organizing their public life from their private life, what
Yeah.
advice would you give them?
I would say first things first, pay attention to your life. Pay attention. That's this, and journaling does that. Journaling helps you pay attention to your life. I started with 15 minutes. I do this 15 minutes of just me, and I'm a mom. So I've got little people, mommy, mommy. So 15 minutes in the ladies' room, in the bathroom, AKA in the restroom. 15 minutes of me being away from everybody, including the husband. Okay. And I'm there and I'm thinking about my life, and I'm thinking about my hopes and what I want to do with my life. And it's almost like I can hear my soul, like I can hear everything that God has put on my inside. And from there, I started noticing what I like, what I don't like, what works, what doesn't work. So I think every woman needs to go through what I call discovery. And that's when you just shut yourself a little bit away from everybody to just say, what do I like? What do I care about? What is me? Okay, let me use that sentence. What is me? What is me? Who am I? What do I like? What I don't like? Notiq is everything that I design in Notiq is me. That's me. And then as I stayed true to myself, I discovered all these beautiful women that are like, hello, we're like you. This works.
Yes,
So
yes, yes. Oh, I love that so much. Y'all are so Shonda is on your website right now. She's like, I just saw the blue cover. I know, Shonda, all the colors are amazing. And I had one more question come through Facebook where it was what draws you to a certain color palette, and they had said they adore your recent spring launch. And so what, like, is it also one of those things where it's just inspired, Holy
yes,
Spirit
yes,
inspired?
yes. So
Mhm.
it is inspired, and then I tend to pay attention to the way people feel, and what people are going through, and just
Mhm.
empathy, right? So we've gone through this past year that was just we don't want to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it, and I wanted to bring to the market a message of hope and of us trying again. And so I was inspired by what what colors bring that kind of message. And so this bliss reminds us to breathe again, that it's okay. It was rough, but we're hoping for fresh air, right? Fresh air.
Uh-huh.
And then the green is that plant again, which green represents abundance, and green means things are good. There's going to be a harvest. So I'm encouraging people to let's try again. Let's start the business again. Let's get going with the idea again. And then and then the mauve is just, hey, it's okay to show this feminine side of you. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, and that you're becoming. So mauve is a I'm becoming message, and then just across the board, just
No,
different.
I'm like, can we continue with this? I'm like, let's go through the colors that Notique has to offer. I would love to know the messaging
Yes, so
behind some of these colors.
there's a message behind everything, and when a woman looks at this, when she looks at the lizard, for
Is that
instance,
the lizard?
that is the lizard. And I wanted the woman to just feel, just sit up, like sophisticated, and say, hey, I got this. I can do this. And so every texture is intentional. Everything is intentional. It's a message. It's a message.
Mhm. Okay, so what about the stone gray?
So the stone gray is that, listen, I'm bold, I'm subtle, I'm here, I'm still reaching. I don't want to make a whole lot of noise. I just want to get my work done. Kind of woman. That's it. I'm here, no noise. I just want to get my work done. I want to stay focused. That's what it is. So every color, every texture has a meaning. Every single one. Nothing is random.
Okay, okay. Let's continue. Okay, the caramel color.
So the brown is like, listen, I mean business. I will stand out. no matter what. Okay. I am down to earth. This is who I am. I'm authentic and I'm just going to go for it. I mean,
Oh,
business.
oh my
Yep.
goodness. I,
Everyone.
I I would love this conversation because anyone who's like, I don't know what color, I'm literally gonna save this piece of our conversation and be like, here, just listen, and you, whatever
Yep.
resonate, that's the one you go with. Okay, so the bisque color.
Oh, the bisque is just, listen, I'm in a class all by myself. I'm comfortable being subtle and different. I don't have to make a whole lot of noise. I'm elegant. I'm a woman of discretion. I'm a woman of discerning taste. And you don't have to wear my color, and I can take care of this. That's what that means. Because bisque is such a delicate color. It's like, I can take care of this. I
Okay.
understand. I can take care of this. Yes.
Okay, and I think the last color, you let me know if I covered the blush color.
Oh, of course. Listen, I'm a girl. I'm a beautiful feminine woman, and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of my femininity. Yes, I'm not
Mm.
afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm a woman. I love it. Yep.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Did we do the is it the mulberry color? Did we talk about that color?
Oh, we didn't talk about mulberries.
Yeah.
Mulberry is stand still. I'm bold. I'm courageous. Nobody's stopping me. I'm reaching. It's just I stand out. I'm standing out or nothing else. That's it.
Y'all, see, this whole little section just helps somebody pick their color because I'm just like, I love it. Okay, so Shonda has decided on the mauve color, y'all. The
Yeah.
becoming. Yes, I'm so excited for you.
Yes.
Yes. Irene says she loves the story behind the new spring line. She was like, "Yep."
You got a story about each
It all, y'all.
line. Okay, I'll get with Darian on the content.
Yes. Okay, we have a question for you. Sown, what the plan said, what's your number one piece of advice would you give to another woman who's just starting a small business?
Yes. So I have a secret I could share with the ladies here. So Notiq will be starting our monthly workshops. We're getting starting workshops for because I've gotten so many requests, many people just wanting to learn how I've grown a business, a fantastic business in a very short time. So Notiq is not my first, it's not my first rodeo. I am a serial entrepreneur. This is just the business for this season of my life. And in our first class, which will be titled Lead the Market, How to Stand Out and start and grow a successful business in a competitive market. One of the pieces that I will be talking about, and this has to be one of my key nuggets for anybody starting a business and that wants to be successful, is listen. 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 When I came into the planner community, I noticed that a lot of brands were not listening to people. And I noticed that they were selling, but they were not listening. I noticed that a lot of brands were saying no to customers. And the way they even said the no, it wasn't really nice the way they said the no. I noticed that a lot of brands were not listening to the way customers were feeling or what they're dealing with. And so if you want to start a business, I know entrepreneurs, we want to establish our own ideas. Oh, I've got this great idea. This is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I learned to listen to the people I want to serve. And if I keep listening to them, I will keep being successful. And so I know you've got a great idea, but set aside your idea for a minute and just go pay attention. What do people need? What do they want? What are they asking for that nobody's really paying attention to them? In fact, I remember there was a lady that reached out to me and she said, we have been asking several brands to do what Notiq is doing, and nobody listened to us. She said, you are going to get the returns tenfold. That's what she said to me, and I don't even remember her name. And I was wondering why she said that, but here we are today. Notiq is doing so many different things that some brands are not doing. Or maybe they had the intention of doing it, but they didn't follow through, or they didn't stay with it. So that is it. Just if you listen, you will be successful. So whatever idea you have, go listening for what customers are saying about your idea. If there are not enough people asking for what you want, that means you need to listen more. And if you do get started and you're not gaining traction, that means you're not listening to the market enough yet. And so every single quarter, so I started praying again, God, show me what else I can do. And I'm paying attention to my customers and I'm listening to what they're asking for. And I'm going to work on it, because if you see yourself as an entrepreneur that serves people, you will be a successful entrepreneur. But if you're an entrepreneur that only wants to carry out your ideas, you will struggle more and it'll take you a while to become successful. So I've chosen to be a listening entrepreneur. And because of that, I will always have work to do.
That's so good. It's like so good. It's so good. Oh, I could listen to you talk all day, and there's a few more questions that we got to get to.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Okay. Well, also, I want to point out, because I think a lot of people, I know Sadie's not the only one who feels this, but Sadie said real talk. She's always talked herself out of Notiq because she learned tonight that it's because she has a negative self-belief that she feels like she doesn't deserve good things due to past mistakes. And she said she feels seen by you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Thank you for sharing that, Sadie. I love you.
Thank you for saying that. You do, and you know what? You should see, Darian. I get love notes from customers. Some customers, when they're checking out, they'll send me a note, maybe based off of my previous note, and and I feel like, I'm not kidding. Every customer is my friend. And so if you ever need something, and I'm being honest, if you ever need something so bad and you feel as though you cannot afford it, but just reach out to me. There was a lady who reached out. She loved the affirmation cards or the affirmations that I share.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I am not doing well financially right now, but I love these affirmation cards. And I asked her, I said, send us your address. And we sent her a box of affirmation cards, because that is why we are here. And so anything I can do to be there for you, you can send me a note. Is there a woman that could use some help? And maybe you can't even send me a note. I'll find a way to reach out to them the way I can. Whatever I can do to support, I'll find a way. So yeah, I believe in you. I believe in you. And I too have been that woman where I would work the hardest, but never felt I could buy nice things for myself, because I felt like everybody else deserved it better than I did. And then as I started to learn about myself, I realized that if I want to be a person of positivity, a person that inspires others, I too must open up my arms to let that enter inside of me. The love that you are experiencing from Notiq and from me today is from the place I too have received it. And so this beautiful lady that shared what is this Sadie? Did you say it was Sadie?
Sadie.
Who was
Mm-hmm.
Sadie? Thank you. So Sadie, who says this is a sign that there's a whole world out there for you that is waiting for the kind of love that you can express and that you can give. And I just am saying, we're waiting for you to enter into this place where you embrace who you are, so that we can partake of all that is inside of you. I can tell from just that comment that our heart is full of love. I can already tell. That her heart is full of love. And so don't let the past or the present keep you from who you can become. And that's really the essence of Notiq. We want you to look beyond where you've been and to the woman you can become. I wrote about becoming before the Honorable Lady Michelle Obama did, before she did. So I'm so grateful that she's amplified the message of becoming. And I have a surprise coming in a couple of months regarding that. I've seen the preview. I'm so excited I can't tell you what it is though, sorry.
I can't wait.
It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be lovely. And it's going to be something that every woman can get for herself or for another woman to encourage and inspire her to keep becoming. So watch out for it.
Oh, we are totally watching out for it. Yes, Sarah says she feels like she is in a masterclass tonight. I love it. Okay, this is such a great question that we have to
Go.
ask. Is what color out of your line says I'm the ish?
The texture. I'm so sorry. I've done many different things, but come on.
That black lizard. Y'all, look at the detail. Look at it.
Yeah. This right here. And then, for me, this month, this is my mix. I showed it to you all before. This is my mix this month. Look,
Yes.
my mauve, and even my laptop case this month. No kidding.
Oh, okay. That's probably one of my favorite items. Is y'all clearly see that I'm a big Notiq. I love it. It's like I love this color too.
Yes, the nude. That's the nude. It's really lovely. Very lovely.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, so many people have gotten so many takeaways from you tonight. I just want to hear you to hear the positive feedback before you leave us with any more jewels. But Katie, hi Katie, has says, OMG, that's why I love you, VJ. You're genuine and there for your people.
Thank you.
Notiq is a beautiful and unique brand. So what the plane said, thank you so much. She's listening. Yes. I've listened to this, but I will be going back and listen. Me too. Yes, me too. Missy says, you're such a beautiful light. Thank you for sharing so much inspiration.
Thank you.
I am changing my Mother's Day wish list. Yes. We have, so glad I got out of class early because they needed to be here on this stream. Oh my goodness, yes. We have, I feel so inspired by this. Thank you. I didn't realize how much I needed to hear this today. You are truly amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. We also have, I appreciate you participating in Afterpay because that helps make large purchases by cutting them down into smaller payments. And yes, Sadie said, thank you. We have Cynthia says, I think this is my favorite episode of Planning Together ever. Darian. I love you, Cynthia. Replaying with detailed notes. We love surprises. Which color says, I am the boss? Y'all, that lizard color will get you right. Yes, the mulberry behind you, Aspire. You are giving us life. Your spirit is contagiously inspiring. You have a new customer this evening. Yes. And y'all, there are some women, and I want them to go ahead and put them in this link, by the way, of their Notiq affiliate codes. There are multiple women who I love who also have affiliate codes with Notiq. So if you guys want to put them in there as well, you'll save a little bit of a discount as well.
And Darian, can I just say something? Us having an affiliate program that way is one of the ways Notiq has chosen to empower other women, which is to share the wealth. So if I'm doing, I like to say, I don't like to shine alone. I want others to shine with me. And so when you support a Notiq affiliate, you're empowering her. And you can ask any of those Notiq women, by the grace of God, we pay them well, we take good care of them, no stories, they end well, so please support the Notiq affiliates.
Yes. I love being a Notiq affiliate. I love it. Yes. I just love that so much. And I love when you talked about not shining alone.
Yes.
Because and I'm at the end of this episode, you guys, and we're about to wrap up. I'm going to put some podcasts that VJ was also on. So if you want some more VJ, I'm going to put 2 podcasts that she was on, which is Playing on Purpose and Planners and Wine. And all the women who are doing those podcasts are phenomenal. They have been guests on this show. I love them and support them. They are amazing. And I love that we all were just like, we need VJ in this season of life. And I'm going to put their podcast below because VJ also drops some amazing wisdom and inspiration on those podcasts as well. So if you need a little bit more, go ahead and check out those podcasts and I'll leave them below. But you guys, yes, I will always, yes, you guys, I love all these comments. This was amazing. I need a laptop top case to go my planner. Yes. Yes, I have the half letter system, lizard combo. So classy. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
You guys, I could go through these comments all night, but we are going to wrap it up. Yes, I love that. Cynthia says she's like, she appreciates your affiliate program, and it's the most consistent payback she's ever gotten back from a band, which speaks to the value of Notiq. And Cynthia's affiliate code, I believe, is Cynthia10. Let me know, Cynthia.
Okay.
And there's also Sarah in here, and Sarah's is Sarah10. But you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. V.J, Lady V.J, do you have any last final words you want to share with us?
Yes, I just want to tell the women thank you for joining tonight. And if I could look at you in the eyes, I'm looking into the camera, and I just want you to know that you are loved. I love you. You are important. You are important to me. You're important to Darian. You're important to the world. And the world is waiting for your mark. And you never, ever look down on yourself. When you do look down on yourself, when you ever feel low, know that you're not alone, but then wipe your tears, pick back up again, and keep reaching. And I cannot wait to see how great of a woman you become in your own unique way. Thank you for having me tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And on that note, y'all, I will see you guys next week. And you'll find out the day and time because it's going to be on a different day. But I just want to end with that because that was wonderful. And I will see you guys next week. I'll send out the information this week on social media. So stay tuned because we have a special guest joining us next week who is actually outside of the United States. So we're going to be on a little bit of a different day and different time next week. But stay tuned. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys. Keep planning and we'll catch you around. Bye.